and it is one of the most annoying things possible when someone hits the 100-meter board, because there's a few bumps going into this next corner that will send you out wide. I'll probably have the telemetry on the screen right now just showing you. So it's been a long but somehow quick season at the same time in Formula 1. I still have some tracks to get to in terms of the guides. However, today we're going to be taking a look at the final circuit on the calendar, Abu Dhabi. A difficult circuit, but I will be taking you guys through a slow lap, giving you guys all the small details, and then we'll run through a fast lap so you can see all of those details put together. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so as you're coming up to the final corner, just before you get to the white line indicating the pit lane, you want to start braking, downshift into 4th gear, and then you can short shift up to 5th gear. Try to get the best exit you can. It's not a super long start finishing line straight, so you're not going to lose too much time if you do get it wrong. However, you could still obviously lose time. First corner, 7th gear, just after the 100-meter board, try and not hit the 100-meter board because there's not really anything to use as a reference point, and it is one of the most annoying things possible when someone hits the 100-meter board going into turn 1 here. So try and not hit it. 7th gear, you want to use as much of the track as you possibly can. Downshift into 4th gear, turn just after you get to the black box, and then you want to hit the curb right here. And then as soon as you get close towards the curve, you want to short shift up to 5th gear again, using all the track that you possibly can on the exit. It can unsettle the car depending on how you hit it, so do be careful. And then yeah, this is flat out here, 6th gear. This next corner here, flat out 7th gear. You want to take as much curb as possible here. Try not go too wide. And then yeah, just flat out until the next corner here, which you're going to be in 8th gear. And then for this hairpin, the new hairpin, I guess you could call it now, just before the 50-meter board, you want to brake, downshift into 4th gear. This part of the track is very bumpy, so you can end up going wide if you hit the track in the wrong way. So try turning a little bit earlier than you would expect in 4th gear, just so that you miss those bumps and you don't end up going wide. Then obviously you hit the curbing here, get back on the throttle as soon as you can in 4th gear. And then boom, you bomb it down to the next corner, open up DRS. This is the longest straight on the track, so you've got a lot of time to prepare for this next corner. This next corner, for the longest time, I didn't actually notice this, but you want to brake just before the 100-meter board. Now, if the 100-meter board does get taken out for whatever reason, again, I never actually noticed this, but you can see that the lighting on the curb actually changes around about the 100-meter board, so you can use that as a reference. So just before you get to that lighting change, not sure why it's a thing, but it is what it is. Before you get to that lighting change, that's where you want to start braking in a straight line, 8th gear. You want to downshift all the way to 3rd gear. I believe this is going to be one of the lowest speed corners on the track. Hit the curb right here. You don't want to hit that red part because that will unsettle the car and you'll lose time all the way down to the next corners. Then you want to be roughly towards the middle of the track here. Upshift into 4th. Again, hit the curbing, but don't hit the red sausage bit there. And then usually you would want to run out wide here, but I've noticed that you do sacrifice quite a bit of traction when you do that. So on this year's game, you want to try and, to be consistent, you want to try and just miss that. But if you're on a quali lap and you're absolutely sending it, then you can use all of the track possible. Open up DRS, and then you have a decently long straight here as well. Just stay on the tarmac because there's a few bumps on the blue section there that can lose you time. 8th gear going into this next corner now. Love this section of the track, really fast. Not necessarily promoting overtaking, but it's really, really fast. So just after the 50-meter board, you want to downshift into 5th gear, turn in a bit sooner than you would think, and then just try and hug the inside curb in here. Get on the throttle, not too aggressively because you can spin the rear around about here. Once you pass this section here, I think you could go flat out. Try and use all the track as you can. And then for this section, you want to stay tight, then go wide, because there's a few bumps going into this next corner that will send you out wide. So you actually want to go wide preemptively, and then turn the car in so that you can stay tight for this next corner. Just as you reach this pole on the right hand side, that's when you want to start braking. Brake in a straight line. I believe you'll be in 7th gear at this point. Downshift into 4th gear, and then turn into the corner. Keep the foot on the throttle slightly around here. I'll probably have the telemetry on the screen right now, just showing you that you don't fully go off the throttle in this section. It's a very, very difficult section. This is definitely where I lose the most amount of time. You'll see in my hot lap, it's not the perfect lap. So yeah, throughout this section, you turn in, still got your foot on the throttle. Even here, still got your foot slightly on the throttle. Short shift up to 5th gear, you can easily lose the rear in this section. So you want to have your tires placed around about here on the curb. Any more than that and it can unsettle the car. Again, there's a little bit of a bump here that you can lose the rear. Once you get past that, that's when you can start putting your foot on the throttle a lot more. Again, I will have the telemetry on the screen so that you guys can see all that. This next corner, flat out in this year's game. And then once again, final corner just before you get to the pit line just behind us. That's where you downshift into 4th gear. Once again, short shift up to 5th gear. Get on the traction as much as you can. Use all the track that you possibly can because you want to make sure that you're gaining all the time on the entry. And then boom, you cross the line, and that is a lap of Abu Dhabi. So I'm going to show you guys now the fast lap of me putting all of this together. As I said, it's not the best lap. I'm not too happy with it, but it should show you how to tackle this circuit.
Okay, that last lap was a...
So yeah, that's how you tackle Abu Dhabi on F1 22. And for all the tracks that I haven't done yet in terms of track guides, I will be getting to those in the coming weeks. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you get notified when those drop. And make sure to click here to get the playlist of all the track guides that I've done up until this point. And I'll catch you guys in my next video.